Hey there folks, Mike Seeklander here, and I am jumping back on doing a quick video test. This is actually a daily shooting tip, and one of the things that I've been doing in the past couple months is posting these daily shooting tips, and I've decided to jump on and try some of these tips live. So when I get on, if some of my YouTube followers jump on and have a question, I can expand upon whatever I'm communicating or talking about, and everybody hopefully is happy. It's quick and easy for me and quick and easy for you. Now remember, these are short functional tips that you can use right away. And what I want to talk to you about today is some trigger pulling secrets. Now, to demo what I'm doing, I actually have a cool fire trainer, red barrel, replacement barrel, and recoil spring, which allows me to actually pull the trigger, and I get a slide that cycles. So this is a standard Glock 19 converted with a cool fire trainer. So hey, thanks for jumping on. If you're jumping on. Q&A. So let's talk about trigger pulling real quick. I see a lot of people pulling the trigger and doing it in a less efficient manner than what they probably could be. What I mean by that is, I want you to watch my trigger finger. Do you guys see my trigger finger? You guys see my trigger finger? When I pull the trigger, my goal in pulling the trigger is to reset as quickly as possible and get ready for the next shot. So if I were to pull the trigger, I'm going to fire a shot. Watch this. Here we go. I'm going to fire a shot and watch what my trigger finger does. Fire and reset, okay? Now, what I didn't do when I'm pulling the trigger is hold the trigger to the rear, wait till the gun finishes cycling and recoiling, and then slowly try to reset to the click. Now, you heard the click in that point in time, but watch this. If I pull the trigger, listen for the click. You'll hear some motion, but you won't really hear that distinct click. Watch it again. Here we go. Ready? Hear that? Okay. I'm resetting the trigger as quickly as possible versus pulling the trigger and then slowly resetting to the click. So, trigger tip number one. When you fire your gun, get back on the trigger as quickly as possible and reset it, okay? And this has nothing to do with follow through. Trigger tip number two, I want you to look at the angle that my finger is. So notice that this joint to my finger is not moving in and out. So basically when I pull the trigger, I want to pull the trigger straight to the rear. So watch the direction I'm pulling the trigger. Here we go, straight to the rear, fire that shot, okay? Straight to the rear, fire that shot. What I don't want to do is this. If I do this, as I'm pulling the trigger, or if I wrap around the trigger, I'm going to tend to move the gun, okay? Trigger tip number three, when you're pulling the trigger, these three fingers have to grip down hard on the gun, okay? What I mean by that is, if I've gripped with these three fingers really, really hard, and they can't move anymore, as I'm pulling the trigger, I will tend not to move the gun. If, however, I start to grip the gun as I'm pulling the trigger, then I'll tend to fire those shots. And for those of you that are right-handed, those shots would be low left. If you're a lefty, they would be low right. So, three trigger tips for you. Number one, when you're pulling the trigger, reset the trigger as quickly as possible after you fire the shot. So fire the shot, reset. Fire the shot, reset, okay? Trigger tip number two, isolate that joint. Notice how this joint is isolated on the trigger finger. You guys see this? So when I pull the trigger, I literally pull the trigger straight to the rear, okay? Straight to the rear. And number three, grip hard with these three fingers, so when I pull the trigger, the only thing that moves is my trigger finger. Okay, this is, by the way, a cool fire trainer. There you go, folks. Mike Seeklander, YouTube tip of the day. I'm going to be getting on and doing lots of these, so if you have something that you want to see me talk about or do on my daily YouTube tip, throw it out there. Please share this and tell other people that I am on. And if you just happen to be seeing this because it was in your stream or a thread or on Facebook, please follow me, subscribe to my channel. You'll have a nice day.